are chairman of Renaissance, and Renaissance was considered to be an independent body that advocates for change.
Let me put so I'm not asking you to ask about. You were Minister of Information where President Kuma announced austerity measures from State House.
Yes.
No matter you're in free quality education, and I am against that. I will not accept. This is not President Bio's free quality education.
So the economy went bad from your own time. You're not Bioist or you're not pauper.
I go find it difficult for interpret the connotations there.
As the Anti-Corruption Commissioner, have you been approached to be compromised or corrupted in the matter you're investigating?
Don't they talk about the ills of the country for years, 5 years to election? I know them. President Bio at the time, Nabi Mumu.
AYV Television on Channel 33 with a broadcast live from his studios, Natawael and Freetong. And we there on Channel 33, we there on Facebook, AYV News, we there on Radio FM 101.7. We dey stream live na the internet, na we website www.ayvnews.com. And you can get AYV mobile app as well, whether you use Android or Apple. You can go na your Play Store and download them and get them. You can watch me wherever and whenever. My name is Amadou Lamwanaba and welcome to the Ad Talk Show, Hot Seats, the program where they ask the questions them. For ask, we can get politicians, people from civil service, civil society, the media, the business sector. We can ask people what then they do for help for develop this country, what are their own role, and how much then they take their responsibilities them seriously. How then they work for make sure say salon go before. As always, I welcome with viewers them and listeners from across the country and across the world, especially the one then on Facebook. We can appreciate when I comment them, the reviews them can always be very good. And we see other people that can rebroadcast with programs as well. And we appreciate that as much as you give we the credits as the media house where they broadcast the show. As always, as me can say, we all get one green goal and aim. We want salon for better. 99% of Sierra Leoneans want for see this country go before. We all want to get access to better health care, better education, transport service. Generally, we all want a better life, irrespective of who that in a power. So we can agree or disagree on issues that we discuss on this program, but we do that respectfully, especially in our platform. We don't for abuse anybody. Everybody gets rights to your opinion. Disagree with the person respectfully. Because one thing that we all together, we all not salon people them. We all must get one way we're connected. Either they support the same team, I say Lions are the support. I get other people that they support Bo Rangers. But we expect we say that diversity, now the team we would enjoy. But that not for make we abuse we say. So as always, I appeal and plead to viewers them, especially in our Facebook page, for being respectful to we guest them and other people that really comment on the platform. Welcome once more inside the own program. They can't talk about government activities and they can't talk about what the presidents don't they do. We see the president just come out now the UN General Assembly, he travel go to the southeast, also engage people on voters registration. We see just come out lights up as well through the CLSG West Africa Power Pool Project. Inside the studio with me, I get Honorable Alhaji Alpha Khan, the resident minister for the Northwest region and also the presidential spokesman. Honorable Alpha Khan, welcome to the program. Should I add doctor as well?
Doctor, ambassador.
Yes, because at this time where
imam, pastor.
at this time where Dr. Lai, the question people entitled about Dr. Man need for be careful. But with your permission, I can Honorable, you serve as member of parliament, so that title should be on you.
As well.
As well, yes.
As well as if I didn't and I'm a minister.
Well, the right honorable speaker of parliament been get a different opinion on that. You
yes,
see,
I think we have had an engagement on that.
Okay, so
I have explained to him that the word honorable is not a noun.
Okay.
It is not a job, neither a profession. It is an adjective describing somebody worthy of honor. And anybody who the president appoints to a high position or 40 people within the country called ministers, that makes them honorable. Just like the justices in the judiciary, they are honorable men. You don't have to be voted to be honorable. It's an adjective, not a noun.
Thanks for that brief education. As always, anytime we get up, you must learn something. We listen to the Honorable Ambassador Dr. Alhaji Alpha Khan. Welcome to the program.
And pastor and imam.
Oh, the last time you quote the Bible and Quran.
Went to the right school.
Well, perhaps we might have some quotation from you today again. But welcome to the show. It has been a while a bit. How has it been, you know, handling this to portfolio, you know, running, you know, government as presidential spokesman from Port Loko district and also the resident minister, Northwest region? How has it been?
Very rewarding, very fulfilling. I like the two jobs. I don't think you can separate one from the other. Being minister in a region, you are effectively the representative of the president in that region. So to be given the title of a spokesman again, you are just expanding your mandate beyond your region. So for me, I don't practice already, not the Northwest, representing the president. So if you can't give me now another job, for I represent nationwide, I think saying I just widening the mandate you give me. So I enjoyed it.
You're doing it diligently. Sometimes, you know, it's been a while I haven't heard you on the media, especially with a lot of activities going on. Perhaps because you did for the media, they forget you. Say, no, if I want to talk to somebody in a government, I'll call the Minister of Information. Because this man, is it because you're far away from the presidency?
No, not at all. There are two different jobs. You have the government spokesman. We are the Minister of Information and Communication. Then you get the presidential spokesman, who actually handles all matters of policy emanating from the president's office. And in that case, for things that are routine, we have a team at State House called the State House Strategic Communications Unit, headed by P.K. Mwana and Keketoma Sandi, who is the press secretary at State House. So we not get any conflict. It's like building a pyramid. You have the base, which is the Ministry of Information and Communication. Then you have the fulcrum of the frustrum of the cone, the pyramid, where now the Strategic Communications Unit. Then you have the apex. That's the presidential office's own information that needs to be disseminated, particularly by a spokesman.
Would you have wished working directly from State House and spending time closer to the president to understand better what are his activities, what they do daily, than being a bit far, one could say?
I do have an office at State House, so I do work from State House. I split my week. I split every week. From here, I will be in our State House office. I came from there to come and see you. So I get office there. We have time to talk with the president, talk about what has just been happening in the past weeks, and then we plan for the future. So I come here, I come to Freetown on Sundays. So I'm in Freetown on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday I go back in the morning to Port Loko. So I work as a regional minister Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And the regional minister has been the Teluna, and in a section chief business. So you get for good all day section them. It means a lot of traveling into the communities. So Saturday is given to that. Sunday all day, sometimes on Monday morning they come Freetown. So we're going to settle disputes.
You don't think that's too much on you? You get for serve them people and there are a lot of issues to address, like you say. You get for go to communities them and meet with people, address the issues them. They get for kind of State House back. Could you have wished to have just one portfolio? And
no. Well, you want to pull me job now, man?
No, I'm not saying you want to pull the job, but I just say now for effectiveness.
I'm a team player. I get team in Port Loko. I am the minister by name. I have a lot of people who serve in the minister's office there. It's a ministry. Don't forget, it's a cabinet ministry. So I get me permanent secretary in the form of the provincial secretary. We're a very, very effective person. Then we get the deputy secretaries, the assistant secretaries, they're all did it. Then we have this district office structure. the SDO, Senior District Officer, the DO, the ADOs, and then goes down to all that, and then we fizzle down to the chiefdom level. So we get a team. We're able to handle things that as and when they come, ad hoc. It is only those matters that need the attention of the minister that I have to deal with, and they don't happen every week. So I have time for that, but I do allow delegation. People, they do, and they communicate with me when I'm not there, and I communicate with State House when I'm over there. So you like for play in a team. I make I've tell when I say, me on a team player, and my team now na Leone Stars, I did na AK-11.
I will ask a question. You are AK-11, right?
I still am.
You're still AK-11.
Yeah.
You know, how you want to play two roles inside this one green team? You get two positions.
But now every day.
You know the jam of the posse, they play foul.
Now every day game they play.
So you
no, not every day game.
Now intermittently they play the two roles.
Almost day they go stadium for watch. Not every day. No, teams have schedules. My schedule for the football team in the northwest region, we say they play the left wing. Not every day they play. Now the days that I don't give so. Here, I come here for what you call some coaching lessons, and also planning for what you do in other periods. And then, of course, you get for disseminate within the presidency. So, yes, I can do that. Not every day they play in a field. If you do that every day, Papa will vex by you. They say all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
You're not tired for lady week in, week out.
How you see me?
No, week.
Do I look like a tired man to you?
Week in, week out, you play. You get the energy for play.
Do you see me like a tired man?
No, I'm just asking.
Well, that rejuvenates me. They make her feel younger and stronger. So, in fact, if I don't do it, when I sit down one place, now you go tranga for me.
You know, you...
Don't forget, say, then tell us so now, the knees, the ankles, all the screws, then they tighten. So until you move them, now they loosen them. Now they the lubrication there. So I have to move around.
Okay. You now one of the two ministers we get two portfolio. The Minister of Basic Education as well, now the Chief Innovation Officer. You na resident minister as well, you na presidential spokesman. Do you feel lucky, or you think you are one of the smartest citizens to work? And the exception is you've worked with both governments. Just some years ago you were working with the government that is in opposition now, and now you're working again with the ruling party. Do you consider yourself very lucky?
You see, when you start your intro, you say 99% of Sierra Leoneans want to see Salone go before. 99%. You know, small though. That 1%. Then now we problem. But when you go up and the statistics again, after this why we just come out to 2021. I talk about 2015 statistics. We own the same way with the APC, we make with statistics. 2015 statistics. It say 77% of Sierra Leoneans profess to be Muslims. 22% profess to follow the Christian faith. So 77 plus 22, not to 99. So now then people in the 99%, that now the one way they afraid God, love one another, love thy neighbor as thyself, and are worried about breaking God's commandments of thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not covet, thou shalt not hate. Nothing one in there, that 99% they, nothing me belong. And that 99% they want for Sierra Leone go before. So because I've been the work today, now one government, we have been do waiting them, ask me for do, and people know being condemn me. Now he make the new government safe of President Bill, call me, say, this is not possible we want for work for Sierra Leone. And since I belong to that 99%, we want for let Sierra Leone go before. Like that they go. But as you see, that 1%, we left. We didn't see, they know the answer for be Christian or Muslim. Now then we problem na Sierra Leone. Now that 1% they can't make the pastor then today. And they can't make the imam then today. If you know any one of those people, they will not talk to them, not convert them. Because when we convert them, then begin the God-fearing people. They're either Muslim or Christian. We get 100% of God-fearing people, the problems of Sierra Leone go down.
That 1% they include people the opposition. The president continuously don't mention them as people way they distract them. No one allow and accept or agree say he's their president. They should allow him to govern. You think they are part of the 1% who you talk about?
This is not about opposition or government, ruling government. It's about Sierra Leone. That 1% they cut across. That 1% they, the people them where I believe say, if they get God in them, they go no say this president will we get. There's no need for hamburger. First of all, it's like the captain of a boat. They go through bad weather. The sea rough, breeze they come, the swelling they rise. That 1% they will do inside the boat. They grip back for shake the boat. Then go humbug the captains until the boat go capsize, and we don't want that. Now that 1% they will want let them sit on saffron, and they are made up of all colors. Not a particular.
Cut across.
It's cut across every shade of opinion, every shade of 1% of 7.5 million Aboku people. You know that that's about 750,000 people. It's a lot of people. You understand? So we not want to do one for talk to. Make them begin look at Sierra Leone as their own inheritance we God give them at the world. Their own Garden of Eden we God give them. Say, go there, that land that I provided for you, flowing with milk and honey. If only you know say for tap the honey and the milk, you no go suffer in Sierra Leone. But if you humbug the captain, where they try for lead me to that golden grail, who say that honey pots day, who say the sugar day, the milk day, for like we live as a nation. If you not get there, don't blame him. But me no say this captain will get very determined for carry go there. And you see the evidence of the strategies we don't put since he came 2018 to now. Notice so we came 2018. He said me they can't equalize opportunities in education. He said the reason why there are gaps in our education in Sierra Leone is because opportunities are not equal. The sons of the more affluent people and daughters of more affluent people do much, much, much better because they can go to good schools. They can go to schools where they pay the teachers well. They can go to schools where they don't get for crash their head for lunch. They don't get for work or go school most times. At least they get money for pay taxi or bus. He said, but the sons of the people that we know so get, we boku na Sierra Leone. They get for grab na morning for waka. Some people they waka from Mountain Court. Take go collegiate, which I did when I was a younger man. They come back. Lunchtime, you not get dinner, lunch, or something like that. You get for go, something. Now what time you go drink that pump? So you're not going to be able to perform at the same level as the one that we get the opportunity. So now you make President Bill say, I'm going to equalize opportunities. And how do I start with that? I will provide free, quality secondary education. And what does that do? First, I remove the access constraints where the school fees, pull them come out. So nobody no get for scratch head again. For say I get 5 pick in September they come, but that don't come out. I said then the other thing where they happen, books. Now it's big problem in Sierra Leone. Where when they go to school, difficult for buy books. They were very expensive in the bookshops. The libraries not get all the numbers, the editions they own I want. When I plenty we want for go lent. So a lot of people they get left out because they not get the books provided. So President say they provide books this time. So that's another constraint removed. Then they bring in school feeding. Say some schools, I think about 870,000 people are now having lunch at school. But the aim is to make it 1.6 million. We have about 2.5 million children going to school. By, say, 2023, towards the end, I mean, I should say we could only stand. The moment every Pekin knows when you go to school,
you get food.
You get food. But you don't get for worry again. You know, you don't get for go play football when you come in and they eat lunch. That's what we did. When lunchtime come, they go play football.
But the president been promised uniform and shoes as well.
Yeah, but Rome was not built in a day. Yes, those are parts of plans. Not to say go do all together. How much tax are you paying? How much tax are we collecting? How much money are we making?
Not there for labor
of course, you know there. The one way there, it pay the most basic one, school fees. You can go school with the clothes we wear now. Nobody not tell you, say, no, go school. If you get clean clothes, you know, get uniform, nobody no interview. Government will ever
But
say
it's
that.
burden on the parents as well. If the parents think, say, get for buy new shoes, get for buy...
Yeah, but I mean, the bands are there.
Yeah, it's if you put...
But
it's a
you're not-
promise he made. I'm sure that part of the things that we
Well, this is the problem. This is the problem. Why do you want to see everything done at the same time?
No, the president promised.
Yes, but you know, they say they do
promise.
all at the same time.
Yeah, they say they do.
You know, say at the same time.
Yeah, but why?
What are you still doing?
He's doing the
well,
others.
so
Why he's not doing
congratulate
that?
some first for which you don't do. If I get for pay you £100, I don't give 70. I say, boy, you don't pay me, so the other one, now they try. And he's trying, not to so. Now, step by step, you cannot do everything together. You play draft, You play draft before. You don't grab no more, you go king, you know. You have to push them step by step, not to so. Because if you do a jump, then they see you see that. If you go begin the jump, go chop in, routine and call, biting off more than you can chew, then you're not able for swallow. So this is the problem. The money waiting at Sierra Leone, if you've been there today, President will provide all the uniform, the books, the schools, the shoes, and everything you're talking about the same day. But
you
it's
know,
not
one of
there.
the cities in them where, don't work with the past presidents and these current presidents at that level. You serve as minister and at the previous government, you've been getting to portfolio as well. And this one.
Many portfolios.
Many portfolios. And this one as well.
Yes.
What are your assessments of the president you served there, former President Kurma, as to this President Bill and his government?
Unfair question. Very unfair question. President Kurma don't serve this country for 11 years, almost 11 years. This president has 4 years.
No, I'm not asking about their term. I'm
no, but
asking about
assessing
no,
what?
I'm asking
in
about
terms of what?
No, I'm asking about.
It's in terms of achievement?
No, not their achievement.
In terms of what?
Management quality, commitment.
There are different drivers.
Yes, but you can.
There are different.
You don't be apprentice.
But there are different drivers.
Yeah, but you go understand who that gets passion and want to see things done and be done directly for the country.
Passion is the inside person in Bele.
Yeah, but you don't see him. If we don't interact, I go no.
Okay, all right,
you just talk about the commitment to the
Fine,
president.
so now let me tell you. There are different drivers.
Okay. Who are the best driver?
No. You don't have best between two. It's comparative, it's not superlative.
Who's
the better driver?
Who are the better driver?
They are all drivers. The point is that everybody wants to get to destination. No, but they are not in competition, first of all.
Between Michael Schumacher and any other driver where they do car racing, you must get the better one.
Michael Schumacher and Niki Lauda and all those people were in the field at the same time. Then put line.
No, so I'm asking you.
But I'm coming. Hold on.
I'm asking you. I will not ask other person this, other minister this. I'm asking because you serve them two people there at this level. You get close interaction with them. So I'm asking you for tell the public what you think about them all too.
Well, the race is not finished for President Bio.
Oh, this short time where you don't work with.
No, the race not finished. The President Kurma race done. So your own result till done. Now with the wait let President Bio himself don't do in 11 years or 10 years. Then we put them together, we compare. Where you be reaching that curve now, mile 38 and all that kind of thing. How the man been take the curve? The motorcar been link, then you can compare. But for now, I cannot because the race don't start. Some people start fast. Some people start slowly and pick up. So if I go compare the person where they start fast to the one where start slowly and all that, I say, it's not a fair comparison. Wait, let the race done. The race is not for the swift.
This is not short time. You don't spend a little bit of time with this government.
4 years.
Yes.
4 years. That's what I'm saying. I say, they understand me.
No, but if you're able to assess.
I am assessing. Well, you see, for me, for assess.
Compare the first 4 years of the government you served then to this that you're serving now.
Well, let me tell you the first 4 years. The first 4 years of President Ernest Bai Koroma, 2007, let's say 2007 to
2011 or 10?
11. Before 11, notice so. 2007 to 2008, there was peace. There was no corona. There was no Ebola. The country is moving. 2009, industries were coming on. I became Minister of Mines at that time. We bring the mines to work. By 2010, the mines were exporting. By 2011, the country became the fastest growing nation in the world, because then it was smooth, there was peace, there was no external shocks, and everything was smooth. So this first 4 years, we've been getting opportunity to do a lot more than we actually did, right? Because money been come. And then in 2013, okay, that's outside of that, so nothing happened. But look at President Bill, 2018, as soon as he came, he did putting government together. In March of 2019, Corona for the whole world. The whole shut down. Money no the common side. Industries, businesses closed down. But he still managed to maintain the mining going so that at least the country no go suffer. Some countries shut down. You weren't even allowed to go into the street or the train or something like that. Yeah, we manage. The shutdown we shut down and only 3 days. For we able to plan properly. Let's see how it can navigate through this virus-infested environment where they affect the economy so badly. So that stopped any extra income coming in. So we get for live on hand to mouth. But on that hand to mouth day, now they been promised say he go do the school free school.
The free quality education.
He introduced it, in spite of the fact that the revenue small at that time. That's 2018, 2019. 2020, more Corona business for them. So we concentrated on fighting Corona, keeping it out. His fear was that I don't want my people to die. So I don't agree, let the Corona come. Another 10 days, he called me, say, well, go join that team and be an advisor. Because you've been known day how we've been fed Ebola. When I say how we've been fed for Ebola, he didn't actually say that. Because he was part of the team that fought Ebola. Because he can't help with. He can't help with when Ebola been there. For all man in Sierra Leone understand, say, there is a virus called Ebola. So I go join that team there. We mandate is, we no agree, let this thing also come. If he come at all, no plenty. And that's what we did. He shut down the airports. He shut down the crossing points, the entry points, land borders, the sea borders and all that. Shut them down. So effectively, income no they come, income no they go out. So we just the beer, which way till we get now. So that affected him till 2020 and 2021. But he's still carrying on with the country. He's still able for do the free quality education. He's still able for do lots of other infrastructure. So
this is the advantage you have. You've served
so that when you don't ask me, I'm not doing it. Well,
you've served in
I don't give you the 4 years of the last government.
You've served in two governments where they are affected by natural disasters and
no, we're talking about the first 4 years.
Yes.
So the two governments were not affected. Now this government be affected by natural disaster.
Ebola affected
in the second round.
In the second round.
This one not reached it. Now I can tell you, I say we want compare with lay done.
But what I'm saying is, you have the experience of working with these leaders. People
yes, but within the time frame that it's relevant.
So with them two leaders there,
yes,
you've been around for a very long time. You've seen presidents that we don't come and go, heads of states and all of that. You think President Bill is the best we've had in recent time?
To say best, it's I say we wait lay done. But so far...
But you can able to tell somebody, how long left for done again? We get less than 1 year to election. This is first 5 years.
You can able to assess. You're very pessimistic.
No, I'm not pessimistic.
You're pessimistic I'm asking, because President Bill is aiming to do 10 years.
No, but after election. Not only go determine
but you asked me for the first 4 years.
Yes,
you know, wait, done. Let me finish.
But what I'm saying
let me finish answering your question.
You say let it done. Let it done.
Let me finish the first 4 years where you ask me. I'm not done it.
Yeah, but if you go all that the time, we're not going to discuss.
Yeah, well, that is it. Now you ask.
Yes, but what I'm asking, I've made the point.
Well, what I'm saying here is that President Bill is a very good driver.
Better than the other?
I can make that comparison after 10 years of President Bill. But for now, he's a very good driver that is right for the present circumstances. He's right for the time when we get Ebola. Corona. He's right for the time we want to increase education at the country. He's right for the time when we want to make we own statements in the international world. He just came back and you all see him when they take and put him for head certain organs of the UN for strategies for increased education at the world.
Yeah, they can't talk about that.
No, I'm coming. All right, but they ask me for this. So he's been a very good leader in that. And for me, I don't see any fault there. And I believe that he will be a good captain to take us to the landing.
The last time you were an apprentice to the former president, now this president are not only playing at the team. You know, attacker.
The president not the player.
Okay.
President a manager.
In a manager,
yes.
You did playing at the team.
And the left-hand side.
You did playing at the left-hand side.
Yes.
This your other presidential spokesman, now which role?
This role?
Yeah.
This one, a kind of roving oversight.
They move all around.
Yes, a roving.
They move all around.
Which they tell me for go tell the others. Who say voice no they reach they send me there.
The apprentice to the manager.
The apprentice to the manager.
No, the driver then to the team manager we get now. Which one are the better boss way you don't work with?
The driver then?
Yes, to the team manager now.
Yeah, but this one better because that name is sack me. This not sack me yet. So for me it is good because it is so I would say for me a personal assessment I want. This one better.
It better pass.
Oh yes, they sack me plenty times. When you don't say ready for do things, then no more you put your other side. So you have to start all over. This is why they give you chance. If they tell you what you want, they let you carry on. And they not been they give me that chance there.
So why you not been left the team? Why you not been say, okay, boss, me I not depend this motoka again, or I go for another motoka.
Let the motoka go for them. We na maybe don't grab say this motoka go, can we go? Hey, but they are laying for them. You know, since the they left me, I really left now in waiting 2016. I didn't sack me, not so. The last sack, not so.
Not so we've been declared now for.
No. I've been on declare. No, not been declared. We sacked me for 2016. Not so from information. He came me go for go Sidoni Aram.
Yes.
Was not advising anything. And then.
So you not been there do nothing.
In a state house.
Yeah.
No, advisor. Which advisor they do much, not much.
But you've been the advisor.
Oh well, if you ask you, if you don't ask you, what you go do? So hold on. So when I reached there, I left, and then they been here for call me back. The regret. They pull me, take me back to the same position. So I'm not gonna say I go do, but I think she make mistake. Now I make it correct. This is why I don't see make mistake at all.
And you know, so you go make mistake.
I'm hoping not. You know, you don't pray for a leader to make a mistake. Go and make mistake. The one way they died in Boku. You always pray for let the leader do it right. So if doesn't matter. If
President Bio sack you now, na mistake he go make?
No. I don't think he even has that intention to do that. Because I don't think they do something way you know want for let do. I they are for supporting agenda. Don't forget say a semi-retired man. I don't work down. He called me for can help. Let me put the country on a pedestal. So that people will understand what he means by equalizing opportunities. You know the equalizer is also. You give all man the same opportunity, and then each according to his ability and merit. But let the platform be fine. So and that is what he's doing, and I believe in him, and I make myself there with him.
So you enjoy playing 9 team as a manager than you were the apprentice of that motoka to a driver with a former president Kuma.
But this time we're not to apprentice again. That didn't be apprentice. This is not to apprentice again. This one, I mean, you know, they call me navigator. Because I the advise and they understand.
On a relationship good?
Very good.
Than it was with your former boss?
Very good, very good. Than it was, yes.
You enjoying this job and want to continue doing it?
Yes, I do. I like it. But you don't give me time for that, I tell you things.
Yeah, you can't talk. We can't talk about presidents in visits to the regions now. The president's going to the southeast, and you know you've been there at Kono as well. We go later for go light on Kono. But yes, but let's start with you know a first visit to them parts ending at the country. You go Kailan, we go Kenema, Bo, Matu, we go Pujan, then you go Bonth as well. What's have been the idea of the president making those visits out of Freetown? President
Bio is a Democrat. And he believes, say, in a democracy, everybody will get opportunity for expressing self. And the only way for expressing self is not through the ballot box. Not by taking sticks and stones and guns and all that and shouting in the streets. That's bad expression. It's a violent expression. no get space in any democracy. So if you want to express yourself, you need to get a voter ID. You should be a registered voter. So you go tell the people that, look, if you want me to continue doing the things that you want, una come out, go register. Or if una want for we do the country, make the democracy stabilize, una go register. That's what you want to tell them. Like I did in the Northwest too. I go talk to people for let them come out. You see, August 10 was a sad event in Sierra Leone. Not to the way that they would be for do at a time when the country and economy was just about to stabilize and go on an upward trajectory, begin go up. Now we come out. We scatter all thing, lipwa, lepoel. We all did it, all man begin to holla street. So those people who don't take Sierra Leone. See, we know now that Sierra Leone has a leader. We're able to sail through difficulties. Even in the midst of Corona, President Bio able to run this country without not shut them down. Like even developed economies, not only yesterday I see China say the government they intend for increase COVID restrictions again. When we think about forgetting about it here. Not that it's not here, but we have managed it properly. Now the leadership, the proactive steps we take, that don't show say this man able for manage in any situation. Don't forget say he been be president also during wartime. During the rebel war. 1996 he was president. But at that time, he be able to source out the rebels, bring them out, say let's talk. We all belong to Sierra Leone. And they came. Now the reason why we sit down here today, me and you peacefully. Wait for them, look who say buck your foot. We buck your foot by the peace. They tell you President Bio been there in power. Now he bring them out. But then within 3 months again, he hand over. I said, but look, man, I'm going to study. Nobody thought he would do it. He was only 27 years old. So you see, we get a good president. We get good hearts for Sierra Leone.
So the president traveled to the southeast for
forget the people for come out for register.
So registration is a national exercise.
Yes.
Why didn't he do it right across the country? Why not go to
the left wing? Because I did it. Because
Yeah,
the
but
vice
other
president
people
did
on
it.
the
Yeah,
other
but
side.
vice president did it.
Yeah, no, but the vice president went to
As well,
Kujeun, he went
yes.
to Kenema, he
Yes.
went to Kailao, and
Yes.
went to the north as well.
Yes.
Why didn't the president, as everybody, the person everybody they look up to, go as well on the other side them and talk
Well,
to
he did
people?
to posting we the hog jobs, all of it to himself. He did delegate responsibilities.
Could it not have been better if the president do a national tour and energize people for come out and
But
register?
energizing, you see, well, this is what you're forgetting, because we have this media outreach these days. Any side you do, you can energize. I can go bunt now, energize
it's
people in Freetown.
symbolic to go to these places.
Fine, so you go symbolize.
It's symbolic. So
It's
why
just
not do
symbolize.
it in the north as well? The northern part of the country.
Did he have the
as well?
time to do that? He had only 2 or 3 days before the last 2 days were going to come. Did he have the time to do that? With the time way available to him, now he go use over there. So he do one day.
So the president not going to the north because he not get time.
No, because we did it.
But other people on the other side, are you
Mm,
saying
of
those
course-
where then are the southeast are not competent?
Of course
and
they are
able to do
competent.
them?
No, come on, man. But I don't like the way they twist things.
No, I'm not twisting.
The
I'm
president
asking.
cannot be everywhere at the same time. Sierra Leone has 5 regions and 190 chiefdoms. You're not able to go to all at one go. Don't forget, say, if you don't visit the north a lot, but Loco twice. You don't go to Nkolili. You don't go Cambia. You don't go to a lot of places.
In 4 years.
In 4 years. So you need for make it also reach to the other side. In fact, when you be the Canaan side, you don't be the Guanda. So you want to talk, say, oh, don't vote for an and I don't want to
Is it
think
about priority? Is it about the president
No, it's not
prioritizing?
priorities. It is about necessity. It was necessary to go there because the North, even though almost cover all of the North before. Just that this time it coincided with the registration. But as you can see, everybody was out there. Even the opposition were out there, giving the same message. So So it was all over the place. So he decides, okay, let me go to Kaila, Umbo, Kenema, Bont, and all that. In these 2-3 days, before this thing starts, okay, there will be a time when he will need to go back to the south, the north, and the northwest, and he will do it.
Will you have wanted to see, you know, the president give the same prominence and priority to the north and visit more often, you know, and engage people on things like voters registry? You say you don't visit Port Loko.
I don't understand.
You say you don't visit Port Loko twice.
Yes.
You'd expect the president for visits more often and
no, he will. He will definitely
especially
visit.
in the north.
He will not especially in Sierra Leone. He doesn't have to prioritize any area. He will go to Sierra Leone where it is necessary to go. Waiting and no say you don't tell me that he intends to visit every chiefdom in this country, in every district, before
in 5 years
before the election.
Okay.
And that he will do. And to do that, like I tell you just now, where they play draft, now step by step. You take the first steps. It's just that he's a right-footed man. So he favor the right foot a lot more. We wouldn't at the left wing. We say they prefer there. So by the time he can't now for just pass the ball game. It's easier. You see, anything without planning, you plan to fail. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. So he is a man with very careful about the way he does things. Now, make when I can talk to the panel, they talk about you know, no, because when he says something, he does it. When he does something, it's going to be for the good of the people.
You mentioned the Wednesday, August 10th incident,
yes.
the violent protest where police then die and civilians and die.
Sadly,
unfortunately, their souls rest in peace.
Amen.
And, you know, there's been this talk about national cohesion, bringing people together. We see inside the president meet with a lot of organizations, civil society, the media, lawyers, Labour Congress, and youth, bike riders as well. But you know, meet with the political parties, say the opposition. The chairman of ECOWAS, Kamia, and be mentioned, say the president and the former president go get a meeting. Is that something that is going to happen soon?
I don't think there is any obstacle preventing former president and current president to meet. I don't think there has been any edict which say they no go meet or they no for meet. At some point, when it is convenient, I'm sure they will meet. When it is necessary, I'm sure they will meet. But for now, the president has met with APA. APA is the conglomerate of all of the political parties.
Well, it's very obvious as well that APA is divided too. That's open secret.
So, but what do you want him to do? Divided how? Why?
You get other political parties that we don't form COP, the coalition of political parties.
Which
we then say that they are not part of APA.
For now, COP is a construction of opposition parties who we want for come out from their own APA because they don't get the leadership of APA.
So it's clear they are divided. Political parties are divided.
No, they're left and nobody will help them. APA is recognized.
COP isn't?
No, not by the PPRC.
So the president will not meet with them?
No, but have they asked to meet him?
No, I'm asking. But
no, have they asked? The president no grab say APA, COP, I want me to now.
No, but the president can invite them. They're Sierra Leoneans, they're political politicians.
Why? No, the platform.
The president call them for meet with them.
The official platform for president, not APA, for meet.
Will you want to see presidents meeting with former President Nkrumah?
By all means, and I can be a facilitator for that if the need arises.
The need not arise yet? You don't think, say, we need that?
Oh, no, well, one of them has to tell me that they need to meet. But for now, I think President Nkrumah is a retired president. President Nkrumah really, at the moment, I think, say, for him, the politics of Sierra Leone as it stands, not a big problem for him, because there are other people running the party who decides him. Now, they want indeed now, now them for go back to the platform we then create for all of them with an APA. Go there and ask for an audience with the president. Give him the respect. He's the president of Sierra Leone. When President Bio lost the elections in 2012, President Bio go State House, then candidate Bio, and threw me office pass. Then I go with him to President Nkrumah. He go lay his sword. Say, "Pa, you don't win. I deal with you. You are my president." He did that.
And the APC should do that too.
But that is democracy. That's the democracy.
Are these suggestions?
No, what I'm saying, it's democracy. You go, you lay his sword.
It will happen.
You say, "Pa, I don't come. You are the president." And you come on it. No, Hamburg. Sit down, sir.
You're still a member of the APC.
But you've asked me this question.
Yes, no, I'm still asking. Things change. You don't say or not talk.
Well, there hasn't been any change.
So,
there hasn't been any change.
Yeah, okay. So you think say this is nothing where you party for do? They should
If I had the opportunity to advise the party, to lead the party, or to talk to the leaders of the party at the time, yes, I mean, for advice, say, let them do this.
Is it late? Is it too late now? Or
It's not. No, it's not too late. But they already have an interim transitional governing council, a governing committee in the APC, where they try to put things together. But even at that, when they tried and they pulled them foot yesterday, I understand, say, when they go to party office, then go beat them, the ITGC chairman and they chase them. So if that is internally, we are not able to solve those problems, how can you solve the country's problems? Now, that's not a problem. That is why some of us, we're not able to fit. We know much no more we get. Who they sit on Saful,
So where do you see, who you see party in 2023? We told them, we just highlight to the
Which party? The party, you mean?
Yeah, the APC party of which you're a member.
Yeah, I am a member. But that doesn't make me it doesn't make it impossible to work for President Bio. Yeah. I'm working for President Bio now. Not so. Where do I say? I'm hoping that they can contest the elections. First of all, they get for solve them problems. The party get for solving problems. Then they will lead them. Well, but go within APC, 200,000 registered members. They're all one for day. But we all can't go sit down there. They say, "Let's do this, let's do that." It will be chaotic. I make them put leaders before. The first leaders, they will not go there. Then they don't pull them first, they say, because they don't overstay. And now then they try for going to convention through the ITGC, headed by Alfred Peter Conte, for let them go through the lower level election. And the young man is going around trying to sensitize people, explain to them, say this, now we get for go by. They know they get free reign. So if you're doing that, you're slowing down and reducing the chances of the party for making them able to get a formidable team
and you feel
to
bad
contest
about
the
that.
elections.
You feel bad about that?
How
do you feel?
Disappointed.
That your party...
That the party...
Do you want to see them...
Nobody owns the party. Say the party.
Do you want to see the party put up a formidable candidate against President
That's
Bio?
democracy. That's democracy. You want every party to contest. Put their best foot forward. Better than contest. So that when the winner wins, you know, say this, I really win. You turn around and say, yeah, I did it. You know, but I think say the APC get a lot of people.
You don't decide now who you go there in campaigning in 2023 elections?
2023?
Yeah.
This is 2022.
Yes, but you know, I'm talking
no, but I live in the
happen,
present, man. I live in the present.
And you campaign for him in...
I live in the present for now. For now, I'm working. I work for President Julius Maada Bio.
Okay.
I've been on telling you now, and I will repeat it again.
Things they change.
I say me now one client attorney. Not so. When me client I've been president and it's by Nkrumah, I've been work for him. But in time done. President Nkrumah is no longer in contention for the presidency of Sri Lanka. That's done. We'll never come back. We don't go. The Constitution don't agree for that. So let nobody entertain that opportunity, that possibility. No, you're just wasting your time. I'm coming. Now, currently, President Julius Maada Bio, President. And I am his attorney. I'm a client. So, the one person that they deal with at a time. And I am working in the present.
You think it's morally right to still be APC member and still serving the president? And there is
Was it morally right? Was it morally right for Colin Powell to be a Republican?
You are not Colin Powell.
No,
you are not Colin Powell.
You talk about morality.
Yes, but I'm asking you as an individual.
He was a politician.
No, I'm asking you.
No, you ask you as a politician.
Everybody has a prize.
Well, my friend,
no, I'm asking you as an individual.
It is precedences that which you use to measure the present and the future.
Okay.
This has happened elsewhere. Did you condemn Colin Powell?
No, I didn't interview
Fine.
Colin Powell.
No, did you condemn? You could condemn him in your opinion.
I could have asked him.
In your opinion.
If he was seated in front of me, I could have asked him. I'm asking Honorable Alhaji Alpha Khan, if you think it's morally right that you're still APC, you're working for the SLPP and the President's bill.
You are making a mistake. I tell you, see, I'm working for the government of Sierra Leone, headed by President Julius Maada Bio.
Mm-hmm. The SLPP
He's a member
government.
of the SLPP. Mm-hmm. And for me, there is no obstacle, morally or otherwise, that will stop me to do that. Because it is a party in Sierra Leone, running the government of Sierra Leone, providing the best things that are possible within the circumstances and the environment they find themselves for the people of Sierra Leone and their welfare, and for their children to excel as they have excelled in the last elections, in the last examinations. So for me, it's morally right to do anything that is good for Sierra Leone. And what I am doing at the moment, for me, is good for Sierra Leone.
And you have no regret?
How would I be here?
Okay.
I would not do something I regret. I will walk away.
I watched a video recently where former President Kurma, they talk about they can't talk about President Bio Go and Kono and lighting up Kono. He mentioned the project and say he's very happy that it's happening. He's alive and other leaders them that the sub-region they are alive for CC this they happen right now. And mentioned how it was a project that they started when he was president, and Johnson Sirleaf was president as well. And he said when they look forward, say them for being done, invite him perhaps, to Kono and be
he
part
wasn't here. How could he have been invited?
He's here.
No, he's not here. He's in Germany. He came back yesterday.
Well, the video he mentioned it. Maybe sometime if they invite him.
It's just in Talk.
Yeah, that's him.
This year, so they were
no, that's him. They were celebrating his birthday in McKinney, and that's him. That is his statement.
That's on the 2nd of October.
So
that is a birthday I remember very well.
So that is.
And President Bio did not go to Kono on the 2nd of October.
No, he made a statement.
He went there on the 10th.
Okay, he made a statement about
1 week later.
He made a statement that he wished they could have invited him. That's the point I'm making.
He jumped the gun, isn't it? Because the thing not take place yet.
So the statement. Let's focus on the statement about.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that the statement was premature.
No, but what I'm asking is, could you have wished that he could have been there and they invite him for be part of it?
I wish for that.
He's saying government is continuity.
I wish for that.
Yeah.
If he had been there, it would be good for the national cohesion. He should be demonstrating that he cares for the cohesion of Sierra Leone, especially now that he knows that he was one of those people who had pioneered the second stage of the CLSG. Second stage. The first stage was President Ahmad Tijan Kaba, 1999.
I need to clarify that.
No, but it is serious. It's very serious. Don't not begin in the middle. Start from the beginning. The beginning was 1999. Tijan Kaba, I signed the first agreement for make the CLSG, and then in 2007 the SLPP did not continue because we came with our own agenda, agenda for prosperity, where we come up with, and energy was part of our. So CLSG was to be a continuity on what had been inherited from the handing over notes of Patijan Kaba. So if, for some reason or the other, we did not finish that job, and somebody else comes, picks it up as government is the continuity, and President Julius Maada Bio terminates it to its logical conclusion to the extent that Kono now has 24 hours of electricity. I went there during the day. The day before yesterday was what day? It's Monday.
Yeah.
I crossed the Sewa River, the first village I reached in Kolawale. I see farmhouses. We don't get windows, mud houses. They get lights during the day before they're not being getting during the dark. So that is uplifting, that this government, true to the continuity of government, true to the dictates of wanting to provide the best for its people, no, they look the status or the economic level of anybody. Even the farmers had electricity in Kono that day. So for me, it was uplifting.
And he said he's happy about that.
President Nkrumah.
Yes.
Fantastic. That's what I would expect him to say.
He
I have
said
not
that.
listened to that
Yeah, he said he's
video.
happy about it.
Oh, good. Well, let him say that. Let him send a congratulatory message to President Bio.
Oh, he should
Oh, yes.
send a message.
Oh, I will do that. I will do that. I will do that.
Okay. So the light of lighting up Kono, how sustainable is this going to be? The president are clearly listening. I mean, he say, you know, getting the light now one thing, and people for ensure say they're not vandalizing like waiting they happen at Freetown, the sustainability of it and all that. Waiting at the assurance.
Well, not the attitude of the people now. Government can only provide. You can take a horse to the river, but you can't force him to drink. He has taken the Kono horse to the river. Don't bring the. He has taken the Freetown horse to the river, the CLSG. Sustainability is provision of the supply. And that is assured by the fact that Ivory Coast, they generate electricity through hydroelectric as well as gas turbines. They are producing 600 megawatts. In Freetown, Sierra Leone today, we are consuming about 70 megawatts. Sierra Leone, whole of Sierra Leone. They are producing 600 megawatts over capacity. We are only evacuating about 27 megawatts from them now. And we have an opportunity to evacuate up to 100 megawatts from them. So if we really want the success of this, now we win at the people the way they are. For make sure say, it better like get light now us and not get for run for go buy kerosene or candle. We go can burn me us. And then I get for buy generator, we go they make noise by me whole net. And sometimes you go can pull down monoxide gas, we go kill people in the net when they sleep, like happened with the journalist before and his family and the pastor, remember? With the monoxide poisoning, with generator inside. These are all, this particular one, where the area is so safe now. The noise is safe, now you know the area in Sierra Leone. The noise is being produced in Côte d'Ivoire. The smoke na Côte d'Ivoire, you know the rich now, all we receive now clean energy. So, and that is sustainable. But if we not pay for them, or we vandalize the meters and all that, don't blame government. Blame the psyche of Sierra Leone.
The president say it corrects the historical neglect of Kono for the past years. Place we don't be the bread basket of the country, you know. Now, then they get lights, and he's trying to give them university and other social services. Do you think you also should take responsibility? You're part of government some 11 years ago that all historically una neglect Kono?
Government is responsibility. Total collective responsibility. I take that.
Take that.
What you all say?
I
was a minister of that government, man. You want to make a talk, you mean to be minister, you go see Alpha Kanu, they lie. I will not lie. Oh, you don't want to hear me a lie. So yes, we take responsibility. But as I tell you, when you have 1,001 things to do, you can only do those things that are a priority. At the time when Kono was dark, so was Freetown. So was Bo, so was McKinney, Kenema and all that. So you be really just careful pick which is it do at the time. Because the money not do. The whole thing is economy.
But President
the revenue.
But President Bio, the money not do. They have challenges. You don't highlight them. They fund education, and Freetown don't light up. Other parts of the country they light up. Konosef don't light up. So
even in the midst of COVID.
So he's a better leader than the boss where you've been getting.
You make that judgment.
No, I'm asking
you.
No,
but you make that judgment.
No, but now you work on that.
You've just highlighted. You say the man they lights the Kono in the middle of COVID. Money no day better. If they light Freetown in the middle of COVID, money no day better. If they light Bo, if they light Kenema, you don't light Putloko. It's going to be light in Cambia very soon. Right now, then they fix the meters na Fadugu and Kabbalah for let the CLSG drop there. They are free meters. And also, then they're ready for Kerango Kamakwe. You don't reach already. The lines are in Kamakwe. Now for go fix the meters no more. And then switch on the substation. And all that. So if that man is doing it, in the middle of COVID, we know they send money for an organ. Is he a better president? According to you?
I'm asking
Make the judgment.
No, I'm asking you now.
Yeah, you don't put the algorithms in one place. All you get for do now for drawing conclusions.
No, the question I asked now about priority, because you say una been get priority then, the government then been get priority. But how is he, you know, with all prioritizing education?
Well, let me tell you what priorities we really admire them for. We pass we own. We came in with energy, agriculture, infrastructure, health and education, 5. Health and education. Education have been number 5 priority. When President Bio came, even before he came, he said number 1 priority education. Nadia Kolepana Street. That's in the within, I don't tell you this, within a Miata Conference Hall. We, APC and the SLPP, we launched the manifesto at the same time, the same day. But then go launch their own at Port Loko. In a university, for sure you. Say, look, we're serious about education. Now they didn't go. We launched we own a Miata Conference Hall at the car park. With the launch we own, then the launch they own. And somebody phoned me from Port Loko. He say, when I read in Port Loko say, Bio say, a free education they can give. Now I say, eh? I say, this is serious. You don't turn the tables upside down for we. You're going to be number 5 priority. Now I turned to Samura, and he was my friend. I say, oh, Samu, I say, I was the chair of that meeting. I said, oh, Samu, I say, you see, say, Port Loko, they say, na free education. And I say, yeah. I say, oh, they can't afford it. I say, I know they can't afford it. I say, but don't talk up. I said, so how are we going to counter that? I said, na pan competition with you. And the people that are the village, their education, they will understand. No get for pay school fee again for Pekin. No get for buy books. No get for worry where Pekin they go school say go angry, can't angry. You don't get for worry about exam papers. Then they give the exam papers. You don't get for worry about examination fees and all that. I say, na they understand. I'm a bunka news. I'm mama come out. And I say, oh, we'll tell them we have international competitiveness. And I say, eh. I say, fine. I say, but national competitiveness is important for sure. And that's it. And you see the result of that.
Okay.
People bought that. That education thing, they bought it. Now they win. One of the main reasons why they win are that. And he has never relented. He continued up to the point that today, he launched it in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. 4 years. Not so? September, it will be 4 years. 2022. He say, I provide a platform for the picking them. For make I give them good foundation, so that when they go to public exams, they no need for spy. They go don't get another hit. They no need for telephone go or things. How do I do this? I give them books. I give them the teachers. Where they give pamphlets. The teachers, they said they get what they call teaching aids. Then give them the syllabi, the syllabus then. It's a Latin word, syllabus. So plural is syllabi. So give them the syllabi. I give them the examination papers, which is happening. Then exam fees, they pay. So no man no get worry about beginning the exam fees. Let them just concentrate for study. So I'll start with JSS 2 or 3, not 3, JSS 3. Then at 2018.
Yeah.
2019, SS1. 2020, SS2. 2021, SS3. Then 2022, now exams. Not so?
Yes, WASC exam.
You see the result will come out? 113,000 picking them pass for good university.
We're going to talk to the Minister
because
of
now
Education.
Foundation that one day.
We're going to talk hopefully to the
that
Minister of
is a foundation.
Education.
That is what they call equalizing the opportunities. Now the Pekini way they go international school and the one the way they go Murialdo, they all have the same opportunities. Murialdo they take
Talking
force.
about education.
Kenema they take force. Not to before no more. For say the Lebanese school no more they take force because I am picking and get bread and butter, then get KB for go school, you know, then canteen and they now picking themselves with they eat kasada.
Then they do well.
Then they do well because the opportunities
Talking
are
about education,
equalized.
the president went
we equalize the opportunities. We not equalize the results. So the results are the picking and fena for themselves.
Go now the education summit, the global education summit.
They call it the test, the
yes.
educational summit.
Yes.
The global educational summit.
As well, you attend the UN General Assembly.
UN General Assembly.
But generally, the visit of the president
was around education.
Yes. And how is that benefiting us as a nation?
Well, first of all, we don't get the benefits anyway. Now I don't show you so. Because the method is in the results. The method where you take the strategy, we don't begin to see the result. The result don't come out. That's in the test, not been take place yet. Now that test C the UNNC. They say, this strategy where this pardon begin and that. They say, let me see if we can adapt it and make it a global strategy. Let's invite him to come and chair this educational transforming education summit. Then Bian come. So the benefit more is for him to go and share your own experience and your own strategy with the world. And when you don't do that, I read one small article somebody wrote. I listened to the president of Zambia, Ishilema. I listened to the new president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta. So they were very good. See, but when I listened to the president of Sierra Leone, he was excellent. He was not only eloquent, he be able to put out all the steps by step, by step, by step, by step, what he has done and what he wants the world to do for make we able to achieve that.
Okay.
You know, say, very recently, there's a group in America, we then call the African Leadership Group. They don't nominate her, not even nominate the award president as the best leader in Africa for 2021. Can you imagine that? We don't do well. So the man is not only making impact at home, they make that impact outside also within the notice way. But you know what he do? He had good seed. You get good seeds. The good seed are the children of Sierra Leone.
In all of this,
You know, go with like
okay,
just
go ahead.
The good seed are the children of Sierra Leone. They're ready for land. They're able for land. The platform not been there for do that. You see, recently, we didn't do the survey of African intelligence. They came out and said the Sierra Leoneans have the highest intelligence quotient in the continent. So already the seed done good for plant. So all you need for do now for put on a good ground, which is the good schools, free, and then can the right fertilizer, the right nutrients, and that you don't do the books, the food, the school fees, and all that. You don't give them the handy. The picking themselves, they grow as good seed will do. They not disappoint the sower. You know the parable of the sower?
No.
You don't know the parable of the sower?
I don't know. Teach people, as always.
The sower went to sow.
Yeah.
The sower went to sow. Some seeds fell on the wayside. Some fell on thorns. Some fell on good ground. Those that fell on the wayside, the birds came and picked them up. Those that fell on the thorns never grew. Those that fell on good ground, like President Bio has made Sierra Leone a good ground for education. The seeds flourished. They get bumper harvest. A bumper harvest in the extent that the Pekin that we pass university this year, 113,000 get 5 so-and-so for go university. We don't even have the right places to put them. So we are afraid of the post-harvest losses. Now you make it open universities all over the place.
In all of this, the economy is still very challenging. You know, the average Salomon will tell you, say, you know, it's still they find them very, very difficult for in livelihood and our price and they go up in the markets. How do you reconcile, you know, with all what you don't say so and waiting they happen with your economy?
Well, I will ask you and everybody else, Lord, clap for President Bio with our hands and with our feet.
Why?
Because it's a global shock. It's affecting everybody in the world.
But they take action for address them.
So aren't we taking action?
But look, the Leones is depreciating.
You don't see the pound? You don't see the pound against the... You don't see the pound?
Well, I'm talking about Sierra Leone.
No, but you say if it's depreciated, I told you it's a global thing. You don't see the pound? It's almost 1-to-1 with the dollar now.
So that is justified.
It is justified because of the problems that are existing in the world. Please don't make yourself blind to that.
Okay.
You should be explaining to the people.
No, that is your job. You're doing
but you should also. You are a journalist.
That is why you are here.
No, you are a journalist.
My job
you are a journalist. No. You are a journalist. You are a transmitter.
No.
So if I'm trying to explain.
If I'm in a capacity like you, yes. Your job is to explain
but you
to the
also,
people.
You are to educate people.
No, my job is to ask you questions.
Tell me what's journalism.
No, my job is to
inform.
No, my job here between
to inform. To educate and to entertain.
I do inform. I do inform people.
And then you educate.
No, I do inform people.
You want to tell me journalists don't educate?
No, what I'm
you
saying,
must educate.
No, in this situation, your job is to inform.
I am doing that now.
So that is what I'm asking you.
So give me the time.
So how can we...
Well, let me land.
I want to watch this video quick before you can...
No, let me land. No,
okay,
let me finish. Let me land before you show me the video.
Why?
I get plenty of video on my phone.
Okay,
all right?
why? No, I just want to show you what's in President Bio been saying.
They say, and just no, let me just finish before you derail me from my train of thought.
Okay, go ahead.
The world economy is going down. 3 days ago, OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, don't decide for reduce the amount of oil when they pump out, which means petrol they can go up back. And when you go up, the prices will rise everywhere in the world. Even the Secretary for the Treasury, Janet Yellen of the US, you don't talk about. See, it is disingenuous for OPEC to do that in the midst of this war in Ukraine. Okay, on top of that, for us, August 10. August 10 came. They saw policemen being butchered in the street by the population, by people, civilians. Anybody in his right mind will get him money for car invest. Or you do business now. You do. And let me tell you, as I speak, the managers of Marampa mines are still out. They're not carried from where they run away come out now.
Because of August 10?
Of course. Okay. They left on August 10.
Okay, you don't land?
On that day. I don't land it.
You need for,
no,
you need for
no, I don't
fast.
land it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
The way you for them, look who say buck your foot.
Okay.
Don't just look for somebody to blame. How did we get there, Sierra Leoneans? We talked to Una. You say we give me job for explain and also educate. I did that. I go on the radio, I go out, I said, yeah, Una not come out. Una not do this. It's going to affect the economy. It was already bad because of the Ukraine war. Then we come, we put on panta, but still, yet still.
So
yeah, in Sierra Leone,
don't
bad, but still, the goods are still available. Say then, yeah, in Liberia today, people they claim panta each other for go buy half bag rest or one cup rest. In Liberia next door, so we don't do well. So let me try for we encourage. We captain, we encourage, we pilot. For let carry go the way they carry go, for let go able to reach calmer waters and let we sail.
President Bio, when he was candidate, you know, at the presidential debate, I will watch that video quickly.
Sure.
He made a statement about how for you know, address
the economy,
government expenditure, how outside government they waste money and waiting for them. Let me watch and quick. We can get your reaction and look at other things.
Plenty of people in Sierra Leone today say times are hard. Prices are high compared to their purchasing or earning power. This is an economy that relies largely on the exports of raw materials, subsistence agriculture, and small trading, petty trading. Our industrial base is very low, and we have a debt, a foreign debt, which has gone over $1.5 billion. What will it take to turn this around, and how do you, the candidates here tonight, plan to do it? Let's start first by examining your plans on jobs and revenue and reducing donor dependency. We'll start with retired Brigadier Julius Madabio.
We have a serious problem with our economy, and to deal with this problem, we have to introduce some discipline in the way we spend the people's money. First is expenditure control. The APC government has been spending like drunken sailors. They've spent, the SLPP government left a reserve of over 5 billion leones and a foreign debt of about $250 million. As I speak to you, I'm just confirming what you said. We have a foreign debt of about 1.6 billion today. And of course, that tells you there is no reserve at all. This sort of reckless spending on the part of the government has created serious challenges for the people of this country. We have to introduce stringent measures. We also have to mobilize domestic revenue. We have to stop excessive tax exemptions, duty waivers. That way we can create the savings necessary to support the government to pay for some of the essential services instead of having to depend on other countries or development cooperation partners to fund our own existence as a government. There is excessive expenditure on foreign travels. There is also a lot of use of foreign exchange on contracts within the country. These are things that we have to stop. So apart from mobilizing domestic revenue, we also have to make sure that we diversify our economy to be able to have more sources of revenue. And I have identified tourism as one of those areas to create more bases to diversify our revenue base. We transform the agriculture sector by certain policies to make sure that these productive sectors add up to our revenue base. I am going to seriously take action in the fishery sector so that we can have more revenue.
That was President Bio, the presidential debates where AYV and partners have been organized in 2018. You just watched that, but quickly, in 2021, from Budget Advocacy Network, the country in debt for 2021, they around 2.26 trillion right now. That is what the public total service, debt service payment for 2021 where we get as a country. That was what the president said, and here he's where we are today. What has changed?
Did you stop living? From 2018 to now, when you came to power, did you stop living? You continued living, in spite of the corona that was out there. All of these things that he outlined he was going to do, it was based in that, on all things being equal. Nobody entertained the idea even that there was going to be something that's going to stop the world from moving the way it was moving. So the corona that came at that time is the one that prevented all of this to happen. But yet still, we have continued living. We have continued staying here and continuing all the things that he said.
He mentioned reckless spending, where he accused the past government of reckless spending, traveling overseas.
That's one candidate to the other. I'm not one of those candidates.
No, I'm saying, he said that they make with the waste money.
He said one of the things.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Reckless spending. He said he was going to plug those holes, and he has. You see that with the limited amount of money that was coming. He said, let me tell you something that will shock you. Last Friday, not this Friday, it's gone on, the Friday before, I visited the Minister of Finance. He was in a morose condition. I said, why? He said, you know what, all of last week, or throughout last week, he said the total money we collected from NRA was 500 million leones. And this is an organization, the NRA, that used to collect something like 5 to 6 billion in a week. But this was just after August 10th. No business happened. So when you disrupt the machine that makes the economy run, it's very difficult to get it started. They talk about inertia. Inertia sets in. And that inertia is fueled and enhanced by uncertainty, the feeling of insecurity, the security of investments, people coming in to trade, people coming in to do business, even those within the country who have money that we are going to invest in one thing or the other, keep it back. So these are the things that caused this. But what is important is that in the introduction of Hassan Aruni in 2018, what did he say? He said, times are hard.
Times aren't hard now?
No, they are still hard. That's what I'm telling you. This is not something that happened because of President Bio being in power. This is something that has been perennial. It's been there all the time. He was coming in to find a solution to that. And lucky we have him. Because the bad luck we get, as soon as he comes, this corona comes inside. It stopped everything happening. If that corona not been coming, me I no say That party been for do all of this.
You know, I can recall the time where you did na government. You had to defend a lot where the then opposition, the Sweden government now, they talk about bloated cabinets, bloated governments, new offices.
Who said that?
No, I'm saying this government now, when they were in opposition, those were the issues they were raising. President Bio just talked about traveling, saying that their government, they waste money, office for the boys and all of that. We get a lot of ministries, foreign missions as well, agencies. You don't think so we spend much on their side and there as well, and we compared to waiting with they generate with revenue?
You talk about foreign missions. They are necessary. It is through those foreign missions that donor agencies pass to come to your country. If you get a government on the cheap, you're done for. You have to project an image which people have confidence in for them to come in. The travels, any president travels. When they come back, there will be rewards. There will be some benefits following from that.
But he said we were spending recklessly.
At the time, yes, he was in opposition. He was seeing it from a different point of view.
Okay, now he's
seeing it. Now he's seeing it, and he has tried to control it as much as possible. But there are what they call, you see, when you are in aviation, I was in aviation, we have a list they call the minimum equipment list. For an aeroplane to fly, you have what is called the minimum equipment list. You cannot reduce beyond the minimum equipment list. So for a country to run, you have the minimum things necessary for it to come. So to cover those minima, you have to spend a certain level of expenditure. And that is what's happening. So you have to keep going. You don't put your life on hold.
Talking about aviation, and you don't know that sector. Let me watch this video quickly of the president waving the travel recently for going to the UN. Then we can discuss quickly about that.
How was your flight?
Excellent.
Came straight from the US?
No.
Ah, tomorrow. Okay.
So that's the president traveling with a private plane, and the last picture we see was the first lady who returned from New York, from the US, with another private plane. And president talk about how when they spend plenty money pan traveling. You don't work in the aviation sector. How much is this costing us? You say, Leone, I interviewed the bank governor recently. He said all we need to do is to pray for the Ukraine war to end and for COVID to end. So you don't do all in best, to the best of your ability. But until then thing they settle, our economy is bad, we should accept that.
The world economy is bad.
And
Sierra Leone is part of the world. And Sierra Leone is part of the world. Until those things done, we know we'll get a steady state as we expect. So you don't crown.
Suppose we not get plenty money for spend small.
No, but come on. Some of these things, when they see them on our way, they're not explain. Intimidate, they're not going to explain to them. Most of these flights sometimes are provided for by friendly heads of state who have them.
This is one?
And they lent you.
This is
Okay,
one?
I don't know about this one, but it could have been. It could have been. I was in there before. If I even had friends in the aviation industry, we've been the lent we plane. Like when they've come, the first time we were going for go Kampala for the Commonwealth, I called my friend. They send Hawker Sidley HS125 for me. For nothing. We don't pay PVL, nothing. But when they say, oh, don't go private jet. You see, relationships, connections are very important.
So we are not paying for this flight?
So I'm not saying you're not paying for this one. Don't quote me. I say some of these are usually offered by friendly heads of state.
So how about the ones we're paying for?
But you cannot, sometimes, if you're traveling with a delegation, one, the inconvenience of having to go hop, having transit points and all that with large delegations ends up being more expensive for you and more tiring. So for a head of state to hop across the Atlantic, just like that, for make you go do what you get for doing, come back. Within 4 days, he was back home. Because at that time, we were almost dragged into war here. Yusuf Safe had the court, but how president they can't left in house with this business just to the room. So he had to come back. So if it means you get for pay, for go and come, quickly make a candidate and give confidence for they can sit down and talk to me today, I think that is a price we must pay. Now I make them see, if you think security is expensive,
Before now, you
try instability.
Before you mention about how President unlocked the loopholes there, man.
He has.
And I play a video of Fusai mention about traveling.
Yeah, but travel, he not tell you, say, no, they can't travel. If you not travel, how will some of these good things that are coming to us be coming? If you hadn't traveled, that's where you go Dubai, for instance, where you go meet the Emir. They come back, then give them a whole hospital, 100 beds, 100 beds. Down there, you know, they compare in value with the money where they spend for that 1 week. So sometimes you throw a sprout to catch a mackerel.
Okay.
Where you want for catch fish, you don't go find the bilolo for you put them by the hook. You set up, if you send empty hook, you know they bring nothing.
So the traveling is justified?
It's very justified.
Okay.
Traveling is justified for
But you just mentioned, say, even the Minister of Finance is worried that
yes, I'm telling you.
They get
at the time, yeah, now I make things tough.
One could imagine a country if they get
no,
better.
No, this not be happening.
This is very recent.
Yes, but this I'm talking to you about last Friday, right? And what caused it? Now, August 10. Now we cause our
but this
attitude.
was after August 10, and the president traveled this.
Well, this is what you are saying. That was lined up. He had to go. And you know what came out of that? You know how much money the world...
Tell us, tell the public.
You know how much money? You know how much money?
Tell the public.
You know how much money the world has now put aside for support education, particularly in Africa? It's several billions of dollars. And a lot of it will come here. They have not just put a figure to it, but it's over $1 billion is going to be there. So if that is happening, and then you get for pay, let me say, you ask me, say, if being an aviation man, how much will it cost
yes,
me?
How much will
that plane, they cost you $5,000 an hour.
An hour?
Yes.
So how many hours for me?
10 hours.
10 hours. How
so
much?
50,000. All right. Another 5,000 for CAM. You don't get for pay nothing again.
Then
100,000. That 100,000, if you get $1 billion.
The first lady self travel with private.
Then they send for her.
The one we carry tab
from Qatar?
Like not Qatar, from US. After she attended the General Assembly with the president.
And immediately after he left back, he go Qatar.
First lady came to Sierra Leone before going
to
Qatar.
I said immediately after he left back, he go Qatar.
Yeah, he can't salon before he go Qatar.
That plane did not go take
No, it wasn't take. I don't see Qatar plane. He don't carry for president.
Qatar plane no mean say pass
he get the name.
No, Qatar plane no mean say pass mark. If your plane no dey, you can rent plane. Me, if I want for you lift, you dey put
local. Plane and these are the government owned plane or the private.
No, most of them are owned by heads of state.
Okay.
All right. In fact, in the whole sub-region, now we no more Guinea and Liberia. Now we no get aeroplane. Small Gambia still get them.
So is
now I'm telling you, hold on,
okay.
Because the president need for be able for come out, go and come quickly.
Okay.
Now we no more Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, and even
small
Guinea Bissau. Or you they pay, or you ask somebody where you get, they lend you. Okay. And this is what is happening. You use your relationship. So you use your sovereignty.
Is it safe to say President Bill not for complain about traveling as one of the side of the waste money, where the past government waste money for?
No. then end up in see the necessity for the traveling. You see, when I come, I cut it down, and I'm sure he's cut it down. He's traveling only when necessary, and that's what they do.
So, former President Kumano be the travel when
I don't
necessary.
know.
No, but you worked with him.
But I didn't have to do everything with him.
You were his advisor. You travel with him a lot, I can recall. You travel in some of them private jets and they as well.
One thing you get for the realize.
Yeah, but you travel with him.
Is that even my advanced years don't give me a lot of experience.
I know.
You understand?
Yeah.
You should know in your minimum years where you don't live that head of state, where they with them, not to all them. You just sit down with them for plan everything where they do.
Yeah.
There's a head of state.
But you did
Give
some
him
of
the
those
space.
trips with him.
Oh yes, but after it has been arranged.
Okay.
They'll call you, say, we're going tomorrow. You just get for go. I will go ask, well, how much should I pay for this plane and all that? If they ask me, I'm going to put me aeroplane. You know, I used to have my own aeroplanes. You didn't know that?
Yeah, I know. I
yeah,
know.
good. So I would have done that. Yeah. And
How
if
that
I'm not
business
getting,
today?
I don't let fan force.
Okay.
I don't let fan force because I cannot juggle too many balls at the same time. You know?
And it was lucrative.
Aviation is a passion. You get for day yourself. If I'm in there by aviation, I'm not able to do this. You know, I have to be at the airport all the time. Make sure that the pilot, they're okay, the food in the plane is put on time, it's the right quality, and that the side when they go, I have an agent meeting them, and all that. It's a lot of things. You have to be passionate.
Could it be justified if we get plane presidential?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, but not at this moment. When Corona done, when
COVID,
when Corona, when COVID done,
the Ukraine
war done, and then no other new shocks, and then the economy starts booming, and then we see the cost-benefit analysis of owning a plane, and then because when you own a plane, if that's the other thing, when you buy a plane, you put it down. Not so every day you fly. For those days that you're not flying, others weigh one for use, and then they can't rent them. So you end up not even paying. With the rent, the money we make now you go use for the pay for the plane. And buying a plane, no means you pull money go ibandong. Na contract you decide.
Okay.
You get a small deposit and you pay monthly. It's just like hiring a taxi. So when you go to the first world, like now America, you meet ordinary business people. They get their private plane. But that private plane is business. You go use it when you want. When he's not using it, somebody else is using it. Then get companies where they run them for you, where they manage them for you. So then go to send them like the head of state. I should say this cleaners way. If they rent this one, we be calm. Now person go don't get them, but it is placed in a pool of airplanes where a company they run. That company they now in the rent them for you. So when a renter, like say the plane they cost you about let's say $20,000, $30,000 a month, you're able to get one contract or two every month. $100,000? You pay the $20,000, you get your profit, and all that. It's all business. You just have to be brave.
The economy is bad. The president himself don't agree to that. Say things are hard for people.
Yes, because he's a listening president.
Yes. So what will you say to the average Sierra Leonean? We go see things like this. The president is flying on a private jet. Plane,
ordinary Sierra Leoneans.
His wife as well, and they are ordinary Sierra Leonean in salary, the minimum wage.
They are not the same. Ordinary Sierra Leonean, not a president.
No, I'm not saying. I'm asking. The minimum wage is still at 600,000.
Yes, that's the minimum wage. That's the minimum wage before. Which minimum wage is 60 leons?
600,000 leons.
Well, let's say 600 leons.
Yeah, it's
because of now. We don't change. We don't pull the zeros. 600 leons. Before, you know, say the minimum wage was about 200 leons. Okay, so now it's a better situation. But what it means is that the president of the country now is symbol of his strength and greatness. Ours is the labor, thine is the fame, Sierra Leone. And you pledge no harm comes to your children. So if you have to go out quickly to go and get some fame for Sierra Leone, who will you send? Your president. You pay for it. To get the fame, get the benefits that are following. And then you come back quickly to make sure that no harm falls on the children. Now I make it come back quick. Make sure see you deny for prevent or forestall any other August 10 repeats.
Okay.
So it's very important. You see, even with national anthem, when you listen to that, or even the national pledge, you listen to those things, you follow with them, you go see say a president, it deserves all we can do for make it look presidential, and is able
and
to
travel
move
presidential.
He has to.
Okay.
You are let travel like a pauper?
Quickly, thank you very much, Honorable Alpha Khan. But as always, you know, where we can get you, we can like for ask you the question about, you know, waiting Sierra Leoneans them for expect. Waiting at the message where you get, for especially people. I remember the last show I've been get you, we even sing Pantemne. But waiting at the message where from the presidency where you want left with Sierra Leoneans, you know, as the president, Ian Talkman, Ian spokesperson.
A good question. And I'm glad you asked me that question. Me people then at Sierra Leone, we are lucky. We get president like President Julius Maada Bio at this time when the world gets all kind of problems. I just don't tell you, I say, last week the people they pull petrol when I didn't get them. They don't go sit down and say, then they cut down the supply. And when I know say, when supply no do, they go scramble. And when you scramble, the price they go up. So the price is going to go up again. But we lucky we get a president where you don't see war. You don't rule the country during war. You don't see disease. You don't run the country during disease. And you don't see shocks like the war in Ukraine and also the shock of the August 10 insurgency and riots where they kill people in But above all that, it's still able to make the country rise, not sink. So when you have a good pilot, you get a good captain for pilot your ship, even with the weather bad, for go through. All we get for doing is for sit down, suffer quietly, and trust that the direction we see the carry go, not the right direction. And you don't see say, not the right direction. This year, we don't see how Pekin and pass. Then pass stay, all man they talk, say, hey, them Pekin, you know, to make them pass? Because they study. Why they study? Because they get books. And they may able to go to school. Bus day for carry and go to school. They also get chop na school. Most of 870,000 Pekin in Australia now, then they feed them when they go to school, out of the 2.5 million. And also, then they pay their school fee. We win our parents, we know they suffer again for, say, I get 5 Pekin, I get for fed for go. Now, you like you people, brother, send Pekin and for make you men. Now, forget they eat no more than us. But the basics of education, the president don't take care of. And when you have a good education, good educated country, you rise. I see a report of the difference between Ghana and Korea, South Korea. Just after independence, South Korea, they're below Ghana in terms of income. Now then they're so above Ghana. And the man who picked the report, he said the reason is that the education. While Ghana, the education, they stop just after secondary school from 6 and all that. Then at Korea, they make sure they begin and go university, go nursing school, go technical school, go to the trade center. So they produce. And when the more you produce graduates, we're able to make revenue come into the country, the better for you. So what President Bio they do is that the basis of education what they do, you know, they only stop by the basic education. They try now for increased the tertiary, way they call the university, the colleges, the technical schools, and the tailoring shops, the nursing schools, and all that kind of thing. And they follow Pekin able to go. So when Pekin learn trade, they able to live. Me, I don't go Guinea several times, plenty times. I know when they stop, pack me motorcar, you see Pekin country, or anybody country, you say, Payu Bobodio. It doesn't happen in Guinea. Because they get training, and skills. They sabi make bricks, they sabi make glass, they sabi make dough, they sabi make television, they sabi sew, they sabi make motorcar, all sorts of things. So they're all busy every day. So now President Bio, they try for do for we, for bring all this camp kiwi in Sierra Leone, for let Pekin and get side for land trade, we then go become independent and self-sufficient. So for me, when I look forward to President Bio, the lights don't come, Nakono. The lights they come, Nakamakwe. The lights they come, na Kabbalah, then they can put the meter there. Even Fadugo, the light they come, even in Big Congo, even in Jayama Swafe, all the side, all things don't do now. And when the light don't come, the health they come, and then of course agriculture go boom.
Okay.
So if that happens, we are a happy nation. So I tell them, I say, please, Nabiari president, help him. Let me push and go before. Lobiaram. We know Sabi person, he bad. But the day we don't Sabi, I know say a good person. He good now. We all know say now, President Julius Maada Bio.
In the campaign for 2023?
I say, we all know say President Julius Maada Bio now good president. Why are you so transfixed with campaigning?
I'm asking.
I can't have for campaign?
No, I'm
Every
asking.
time you ask me is about campaigning, not a campaign time. I don't tell you say, democracy in Sierra Leone, elections in Sierra Leone are 3 months every 5 years.
But if you believe in President Bio, it's wrong to campaign for
3 months, the term not reach
what
yet.
is wrong if you...
He not reach yet. 90 days after Parliament don't lock, another 10 days then the campaign. For now, when we reach that bridge, we go cross some. President Biosef know the campaign right now. Nobody know the campaign right now. All they do now for let them register. Have you registered?
Long ago.
Good. So wait, I get for campaign. If I decide, 90 days later, I can campaign.
Thank you very much, Honorable Alhaji Dr. Alpha Khan, for your time. It's always a pleasure having you and this program. And we look forward for getting you some other time. Maybe we will come visit you and do the show from Port Loko District.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show today. Alhaji Alpha Khan, the resident minister, North West, and also the presidential spokesman. We don't talk about several things. The president in visits in the provinces as well as to the UN. This now sits na AYV television. The program they return next week. Tete will meet back. Me na Amadou Lamgana Ba. Continue for watch AYV, and thanks to the production team and the technical team for help with the program. Tete will meet back. Tata.
We are chairman of Renaissance, and Renaissance was considered to be an independent body that advocates for change.
Let me quick.
No, I'm not asking you to wait. I asked about. You were Minister of Information where President Kuma announced austerity measures from State House.